The NFL just made its biggest mistake, ignoring the Lions. Detroit heard the disrespect. Now they're coming to destroy the NFC.
How do you feel about nobody picking MC, DC, and the Lions? What an abnormality for this normal, kind of conversation about the Lions. Even last year heading in. The Lions are going to be great. Don't worry about it. The year before that, Lions are going to be great. Don't worry about it. Year before that, Lions are going to be great. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Now there's no conversation, and the sportsbooks have them as the odds-on favorite. 4 Packers, 1 Bears pick just on this stage, Foxy. We've been forced to watch and learn everything about the Lions. What do you think that's all about, Foxo?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I would say I'm concerned about the defense. Kirby Joseph's knee, no one knows what the hell is going on with that.
Correct.
He's on the PUP. Brian Branch tore his Achilles.
Correct.
He's on the PUP. That's worrisome. And also, Terrion Arnold, he's cut from the team. So our secondary has a bunch of guys like me out there right now. That is concerning. But let's keep in mind, Jared Goff, St. Brown, J-Mo, Penei Sewell, Jahmyr Gibbs, people are expecting to have 2,000 yards this year. Let alone, let's go to the defense. We still have Jack Campbell. We still have Aidan Hutchinson. We have so many studs on this team. And I don't mind that you guys didn't pick us. I'm actually going to take this clip and send it to the Lions as motivation, and we'll win the division this year.
No way it gets into the locker room.
Who's calling plays for the Lions now?
I mean, watching you with Pat McAfee while you're here. Hold on. Let me put you on hold, Pat. I got to make my putt. How fun are these other chapters that you're adding to your career?
Well, again, it's a serious job, but you try not to take yourself too seriously. And appearing on different shows gives you the opportunity to do different things. So if I'm on NFL Live, maybe it's just a soundbite about a news event of that day. If I'm on Pat McAfee, maybe we're yucking it up like that when I'm at the Champion Circle Michigan golf outing. If I'm on Get Up on a weekday morning, there's more time to talk about things. Like we had a situation last week where the Browns played a social media video of Shedeur Sanders lifting 30-pound weights, and Andrew Hawkins was going to demonstrate how he could do 30 pounds, and I walked out there and he asked me. It was literally spontaneous.
Come on, really?
Never planned any of it.
Wow.
And he goes, Chef, why don't you come lift this? And I did it, and Mike Greenberg was in disbelief. He couldn't believe that I could lift 30 pounds with each arm the way I did. But that was kind of a spontaneous television moment. That was fun. We were having fun. Yeah. That's all it was. And if you're trying to have fun, then usually the people who are watching have some fun with you.
ESPN has the Super Bowl, the first time ever. The campaigns around it have been spectacular already. To be a part of it, have you wrapped your head around the fact that, I mean, you are ESPN's football insider, and here we go. The Super Bowl is about to be on ESPN for the first time.
Yeah, I don't think about it like that. No. I just think about it like been covering the sport for 37 years. It's another year, and it just so happens that we happen to have the Super Bowl, and I'm sure, that week. And even before, there'll be moments like, whoa, hold on. We're doing the Super Bowl, and it's going to require certain things that you don't ordinarily do. And I'm sure we're going to be on TV, from all hours that week and that day. It'll be a fun experience. But there are cool moments. We've shot some commercials that are going to show up during the season that I just know the way that Disney does things. Yeah. And I guarantee when I see it, I'm going to be like, whoa, how'd they make that magic? But we did some pretty cool things, and I look forward to seeing those things.
You've covered Super Bowls. You're part of the draft in bigger roles, it seems like, every year. Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you still want to check off, whether it's football related or not?
Well, I love doing other things when I get the chance, the rare opportunity. They've had me do some basketball sideline reporting. That was fun. Yeah. I've actually gone and worked for PGA Tour Live following golfers. That's been fun. Anytime you get to step out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself a little bit, that's always kind of interesting to me. And that's why doing some of these other shows also is interesting, right? Like whether it's McAfee or Get Up or NFL Live or First Take or whatever it may be. Those are great experiences.
Surface level, on the outside, people look at Michigan and say, "Oh, it's a program in turmoil." But for Kyle Whittingham to take over as the head coach in a situation this late in the coaching cycle seems like a perfect fit. Seems like the structure that he's already instilled as we're here and kind of observing all of this seems right. Seems good. What kind of optimism do you have for this program with him at the helm?
Well, he is a experienced polished professional. He is organized. He is meticulous. He knows what it takes to win. And I think everybody's anxious to see how it works out, but I guarantee it will not be for a lack of preparation, a lack of professionalism, a lack of experience. Like, this is what he has done. This is what he was brought to Ann Arbor to do, and I believe he's going to do it there as well.
While you're here with us, just to talk about the Lions a little bit, and then the step back that they took last year, and obviously injuries have been such a part of the story for them the last 2 years. What do you feel about that team? What do you know? What have you seen that they've done in the offseason that should give this fan base reasons for hope that this is not an organization on the downfall?
Well, I don't think it's on the downfall.
I don't either, to be clear.
Yeah, they have too many good players to think that they're in the downfall, but they are in a very tough division. Mm-hmm. They are in a very tough conference. There have been 4 different division winners in that division since 2021. The Bears have won it. Yeah. The Vikings have won it. The Packers have won it. The Lions have won it. And the Lions had that opportunity a couple of years ago to really make a splash and were so close to doing it and fell just short. And you'd like to see them be able to get back to that spot, but it's so hard, and it gets harder all the time. And the more you have to pay some of their great players, like a Jahmyr Gibbs, the less there is to pay other players and build the type of depth that sometimes it takes to get to where you want to go. I think they're one of 10 teams in the NFC that have a chance.
The NFL made a dangerous mistake. They stopped talking about the Detroit Lions. For the last few years, the story was always the same. The Lions are coming. They are the future of the NFC. They are one step away. But now, the conversation has disappeared. The team that once received endless hype is suddenly being pushed into the background. Analysts are talking about the Packers. They are talking about the Bears. They are talking about the Vikings. But Detroit? Almost nobody is putting them at the center of the Super Bowl conversation. And that disrespect might become the most dangerous motivation this team has ever received. Because this is not a rebuilding team. This is not a franchise searching for an identity. The Lions already know who they are. They have Jared Goff. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have Jahmyr Gibbs. They have Aidan Hutchinson. The talent is still there. The question is, did the NFL make the mistake of forgetting a team that is still capable of destroying the NFC? But while the disrespect is creating motivation, there is one major reason why people are hesitant to trust Detroit again. Their defense? The biggest concern surrounding Detroit is impossible to ignore. The defense has questions. Kirby Joseph's knee situation has become a major storyline. He is currently on the PUP list, and there is still uncertainty about his return. Then there is Brian Branch. One of Detroit's most important defensive pieces is also dealing with a serious injury after suffering a torn Achilles. And the secondary has another problem. Terrion Arnold is no longer part of this defense. That means Detroit could enter the season with a completely different look in the back end. And in the NFC North, weakness gets exposed quickly. This division has become one of the most competitive battles in football. Since 2021, there have been 4 different division winners. The Packers won it. The Vikings won it. The Bears won it. The Lions won it. Nobody dominates anymore. But here is why Detroit cannot be counted out. Because the foundation is still elite. Aidan Hutchinson remains one of the most dangerous pass rushers in football. Jack Campbell continues developing into a defensive leader. The Lions have problems, but they are not broken. And the reason they still believe they can win starts on the other side of the ball. Because when you look at Detroit's offense, you understand why some people still fear this team. The Lions still have something many teams in the NFL would do anything to have. An elite offensive core. Jared Goff continues to prove he can lead a championship-level offense. Amon-Ra St. Brown remains one of the toughest receivers to defend. Jameson Williams brings game-breaking speed. Sam Laporta gives Detroit one of the most dangerous young tight ends in football. And then there is Jahmyr Gibbs. The expectations for Gibbs are becoming unbelievable. Some people believe he has the talent to reach 2,000 total yards this season. That tells you everything about how explosive Detroit's offense can become. The Lions did not fall apart because they lacked talent. They were hit by injuries. They lost momentum. And they learned a painful lesson about how difficult the NFL really is.
Adam Schefter explained that Detroit has too many talented players to be considered a team on the decline.
But he also delivered the warning. The NFC is loaded. The division is brutal. And Detroit is one of around 10 teams in the conference with a real chance. Nothing will be given to them. They have to take it. And maybe the biggest weapon Detroit has right now is not talent. It is the anger created by being ignored. Maybe this is exactly what the Lions needed. No hype. No easy predictions. No national attention. Just criticism. Because Dan Campbell built this team around one idea. Embrace the fight. The Lions heard the doubts. They saw the predictions. They watched everyone move on. And now they have something powerful. A reason to prove everyone wrong. The NFL may believe Detroit is no longer the team to fear. But inside that locker room, they know the truth. They still have the quarterback. They still have the weapons. They still have stars on defense. And they still have the mentality that turned them from one of the worst franchises in football into a legitimate NFC contender. So the question is not whether the Lions deserve respect. The question is, will the rest of the NFL regret giving them this much motivation? Because sometimes the most dangerous team is not the one everyone expects. It is the one everyone forgot. Do you think the Lions are being disrespected? Are they the forgotten Super Bowl threat in the NFC? Let us know your prediction.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.